Welcome back to Lorcana Academy. On today's video, we have a game update for you. We're going to be going over the restock for Chapter 1, as well as the new announcements for Chapter 2, Rise of the Floodborn. But before we get into the new product, I know a lot of you guys have been having a hard time getting your hands on product for Chapter 1. It's out there, but it is very expensive. There is a lot of scalpers and a lot of reselling, just madness going on even at the small store levels. So where is the best place for you guys to get this product? A lot of people have been having some really good results with Target and Barnes & Noble. So if you guys have those around you, you can find these things, these different Lorcana products for pretty close to MSRP. We're seeing a lot of starter decks and individual booster packs going for the $16.99 and $5.99, which is the MSRP for both of those things. So make sure you guys are checking regularly. But the major restocks for these products won't be happening until mid-October. So some stores are still getting some in, they still have some in the back and they're sort of putting it out. So keep checking, but mid-October things should become a lot easier to get. And we are expecting to see lots of access to Chapter 1 with the launch of Chapter 2. So let's go ahead and get into the dates for Rise of the Floodborn. This is the newest chapter for Lorcana, and it will be releasing at local stores November 17th. And then it will be releasing for big box stores December 1st. So your little mom and pop stores should be getting a full 2 weeks of extra sales, which, if you guys have been paying attention to Chapter 1, has just made the prices skyrocket during those 2 weeks, but that's okay, because when it gets released on December 1st, you should be able to find more. And historically, with games like this, the initial release is always a little scarce because they don't want to flood the market and make the game, too cheap or print a bunch of product that nobody wants. We will see Chapter 2 be a little closer to what we need for the market to have actual events and get to play the game. But let's go ahead and talk about what those new products look like. And it's actually quite similar to Chapter 1. Starting off, we have the individual packs or booster boxes. They have an MSRP of $5.99, and there's no official MSRP for the full box, but if you add them all up, it works out to be about $143. Moving on, we have another version of the Trove. This was an 8-pack plus a collector box plus individual boxes. And some tokens and little things that you don't need. MSRP on this guy is $49.99, which I found to be pretty valuable. You break it down where most of the value is in those individual packs, and it's just a great way for you guys to store your cards. So this is probably my favorite product of the bunch. Also really cool here to see the splash art on the products, showing us some of the new card art. We've got Beast from Beauty and the Beast. We have Raya from Raya and the Last Dragon, and Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. So really cool to see those arts being included here. Moving on, we have a similar product to what we had for Chapter 1. This is the Disney 100 Anniversary Edition, which is a little different. It has a much higher MSRP than we had for the gift box, even though the box looks very similar. We had a $29.99 MSRP before, and this one is now $49.99, which matches the price of the Trove. But strangely enough, I still only see 4 packs in this Trove, so where's that extra value coming from? Well, from what we can tell, that value is entirely included in these extra 6 cards you see featured here on the image. And that's Mickey Mouse Friendly Face, Elsa Gloves Off, Genie Powers Unleashed, Stitch Abomination, Maleficent Uninvited, and Maui Demigod. These are actually cards from Chapter 1, but you guys are going to be getting an exclusive alternate art that is a full art borderless extended version. It is foiled and does look pretty cool, but I don't think that I am super interested in these for an additional $20. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Okay, moving on, we are going to be getting 2 more starter decks, which I'm really excited for because one of my favorite ways to play this game is 4 players, and having 3 starter decks felt really weird. And I was not a fan of one of those starter decks, so I really felt like I only had 2 that I could play with. And with card stock being so limited, starter decks are a great way for everybody to get to play the game and making sure that everybody's on the same page, regardless of whether or not they have access to a ton of really overpriced product right now. So very glad to see 2 more here. The MSRP for this is $16.99, and I am pretty confident that you guys will be able to find those at stores like Target. Even some local card stores have been selling them at a much more reasonable price, like $19.99, $25.99, and that's still pretty good. It's also important to note that those pre-cons also come with 1 additional pack too, which is really cool. This is not a super playable product, but it is nice to see. We are getting 2 more playmats that are Lorcana specific, as well as deck boxes and sleeves, which we did not get before. Originally, we only got 3 playmats, which again, really annoying because I want to play 4 players. I want to film 4-player games, and we only had 3 playmats. Why 3? That makes no sense. So now we will have access to 5 different playmats, which makes me very happy. Also, we got a sneak peek at some of the cards that are going to be spoiled, and a lot of that shows us some of the new IPs that were not featured before. And as you guys can see here, we have Pinocchio, Raya and the Last Dragon, The Great Mouse Detective, The Jungle Book, and Zootopia. So some really exciting titles to see coming here into Lorcana, and I'm most excited to see The Great Mouse Detective, but I do think Raya and the Last Dragon cards will be super cool. I do have some of those cards here up on the screen for you guys to take a look at the spoiled cards so far. Winnie the Pooh, I think, has some of the best art I have seen. I'm the most excited for that one. You'll notice that Cinderella and Tiana both have the ability Resist, which is a really cool new mechanic which allows them to take additional damage. So this means if you challenge them for 3, they will only take 1 point of damage. So I do think that that's going to be a pretty cool mechanic that you'll see a lot. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next slide. Some cool characters here. We have another Mickey Mouse, another Elsa. I feel like we have had enough Elsa, but I'm sure the Frozen fans will come for me in the comments. Merlin, Zero to Hero looks like a really fun card. I'm a big Hercules fan. The Sorcerer's Spellbook and Dinner Bell. Overall, some really cool cards. I'm excited to see what the rest of the set will hold. I'm not sure if this will be like Magic where we get this sort of like drip spoiler season, or if this is all they will give us before the release of the set and leave it sort of mysterious. This is a new game, so we'll have to see what this looks like as far as new sets coming out, but I'm really excited to see it. Okay, that is the end of our product list and the spoiler updates for the Rise of the Bloodborn. If you guys have any questions, don't forget to leave them down below in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of these products and the new cards. And the last piece of homework I'll leave you for the Academy is leave me a comment and let me know which Disney IP you want to see added to Lorcana most. I personally would love to see some Treasure Planet. But that's it for class today. Don't forget your homework, and we'll see you guys next time at Lorcana Academy.